Kia ora and welcome to Crafter Artosaurus. This is like the fourth time I've said this. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, well, kia ora and welcome to Crafter Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today we're going to do this very pretty teacup. I've already picked my colours out. I did it earlier on camera with you, but things have been going downhill fast. I'm to stop laughing about it. So the yellow is 726. I should know these off by heart by now. The pink is 957 and the green is 890. I'm using my thread to backstitch everywhere, which is the Wonderful Perle cotton. It's EZ01. Now I get this from the Stitch Place in Wellington. I've forgotten the name of it. I'm going to write it in here. See, aren't I clever? I remembered that so easy. And I'm going to start off by, of course, going around the teacup like we have always done. The weather here has turned to custard, so I feel like I'm shouting a little bit. So if I am a bit shouty, I'll bring my voice down. Bring your voice down, Paula. Calm it down. I'll tell you what, getting this on today has been a mission and a half. I don't know whether or not to put the bloopers in of me trying to do this. And it's one of the most easiest things you could ever use. Truly, it's super easy. But I kept on putting it on with the little bit, this bit here over this side. And so I'd get over here and I couldn't stitch. Oh my goodness. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing, but I so am. I'm laughing at myself more than anything. Yep. I don't know what to talk about. I've already talked about so much today, believe it or not. Yep, I've been a bit of a shocker today. Oh, it's my day off, so it's Friday. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. If not, happy Friday, and it's teacup time. So of course I'm going to have a lovely day today. Well, I'm not really, because this is my day off. Normally I don't have anything on a Friday, but I decided in my greatness I would book a few things in. So yeah, no, I'm off to get my hair done with Belinda, my hairstylist. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store. She had a cancellation. I know, it's terrible. I don't know who that person was who cancelled on her, but so there were a few people who cancelled, and they've cancelled their hair appointment, so she had a few spaces, and I was like, oh, pick me. I'm in desperate need of a haircut. I would show you my hair, but it's such a fright. I don't think anyone should be put to the test of this. When I go uptown today, I will most probably wear a hat before I go in to get my hair cut. Oh my goodness. I usually have I have a funky little bobby thing. I've never shown you. I don't think you've seen me in person. Gosh, I'm kind of a bit shy. I'm camera shy because of my skin condition. So I think my hands look pretty good at the moment. And sometimes I show my arms, and you can see this is my normal skin color up here. So yeah. So I'm a bit embarrassed by it, but there have been quite a few models who've come out recently and they've got my skin condition. I call it Michael Jackson disease because he had it. I've forgotten the real name for it because I've been calling it Michael Jackson disease for a while. Yeah, it's annoying, and it's also... Well, you see, I used to be able to do loads of things in the sun. Now, of course, I have to slather up and do all sorts of weird stuff. You don't want the skin condition. You don't want it. I can see why Michael Jackson got his pigment taken off. It can be a bit embarrassing. And he was a very sensitive person. So, yeah. Obviously, a fan. I love his music. Yep, love his dance moves. You know, love the whole thing. So, yep, and I get that some people think he's, an awful person, but I think you could say that about most celebrities. They can be very self-centered and awful. I don't know, except for, of course, Jennifer Anderson, who sounds like a lovely lady, who would never do anything mean to anyone in all of her life. Yep, there you go, putting it out there. If you think of other people, I'm sure you can you say them. I know there's more than her out there. Yep, and I of course don't come from America, and I don't have any of the most of the knowledge. You know, we're down here in New Zealand, and we only hear the good stuff and get sad when an actor dies. Oh, it was a lovely actor that died this week. So yeah, so that's okay. The weather here has well and truly turned back to winter. I've got both heat pumps in the house going, so the house is lovely and warm. Well, and it's just me at home, so I shouldn't have them all running. But I woke this morning, and because of all the thunderstorms last night, and we had hail and we had rain, and oh my goodness, was it a night and a half to try and sleep on. Oh my goodness. But still, you know, it's weather. What can you do about it? You know, the good Lord puts it there, and we humans have to put up with it. He doesn't, you know, he's in heaven. Yeah, Lord bless him. Yeah, I don't know. Talk some rubbish, don't I? Talk some rubbish. So we've got, I'm fairly certain there is snow falling in all the passes. It's just, I'm going on what my knees doing and what my hands are doing and all that sort of thing. My hands are really sore today. Oh my goodness. Took my gloves off so I could do this with you all. Oh, and they're not that bad. I don't have, you know, compared to other people who have hand problems, I've got virtually nothing at all. So, you know, shouldn't be complaining at all. But, oh, my goodness. And we have our an area out the back of the house. And it has a door to it. And then there's this kind of a foyer. And off that, there's another toilet and the laundry. And then there's another door, the inner door. And then you're into the kitchen and the family room and all of that. So the cat, normally, I have a bed out there in that kind of foyer area, and that's where our little kitten, Cinder. Shall I insert a picture here of Cinder? Yep, I'll say picture here of Cinder. Isn't he a cutie pie? Don't you love his eyes? Oh, I hope his eyes are open and everything. Goodness knows what picture I'm going to insert. As you can see, he isn't so little. He's actually bigger than Cleo, our adorable dog, who is a sweetie pie. Poor thing. So Cinder, bless his little heart, managed to open up the inner door, and so because it was obviously with the thunder and lightning last night, he must have got scared. So he's opened that inner door and he slept inside in the family room all night. I don't like him doing that because sometimes, just it's been every so often, he's forgotten where the toilet is. So, you know, obviously he's a cat and, you know, I don't want a cat going toilet in my house. So, yep. So he's got all of his, but he uses the litter area and everything. So obviously he just didn't want to be out there. There's no curtains. It wouldn't have closed out the thunder and the lightning. Well, the lightning mainly, I think that would have come straight through there, and the thunder was really, really loud. It was right overhead. So last night, so you had the flash and then you had the rumble, and it was like the house at one stage actually shook, and I was like, oh, that was close. That was close. And the rumble went on for a little while, and I thought tornado. Because that's where my mind goes to. You know, we've got tornadoes that come through here at Greymouth, and then thankfully the rumble stopped, and I thought, not a tornado, just thunder and lightning, Paula. Get it together. You know, I was all ready to wake my husband and tell him to stand at the window and check to see if he could see the tornado. He slept through it, is sleeping like a baby, is my hubby. Meanwhile, I'm wide awake, you know, wide awake, going, oh my goodness, this is terrifying. So, yep, didn't have a lot of sleep. Maybe that's why I had trouble putting this in today. Oh, I don't know. Oh, so annoying. Kept on putting it in the wrong place, and just grabbing my Ork container. Oh, that looks great. Now I just need to get rid of this bit here. I think it's that bit there. And I wonder, oh no, I think that should be, because I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail there on that one. I'm going to be putting some sticky things on here, and when we do the coaster, you'll see as I go along what will happen there. So yep, so all of the ends in here are going to be nicely held down, so I don't really need to worry about them too much, the ends and all that sort of thing. That's why I'm just threading them through a little bit. So I just thought that's what I would do. I'm not tying a knot in the end. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That's not on, Paula, not on. Oh, I went to the warehouse yesterday, and my goodness. So for those of you in New Zealand who have a warehouse, I don't know if the sales are the same in Australia, but they could be. So if they've got a warehouse, you want to pop on in, all the clothing is super, super, super cheap at the moment. So I brought a denim dress for, I think it was under $5. And it's got a zip and everything. I'm thrilled with my denim dress. Having said that, I know there will be a lot of people in Greymouth that would have brought the same denim dress because, well, it's $5 and it's a nice dress. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up a little bit and just, you know, add a few bits and pieces here and there on it, so it looks a bit more personalised. I'm hoping that'll look good and yeah, stand out rather nicely, would be rather nice. So that's my thought on the denim dress. So that's an up and coming project that we'll be having on the channel, because, you know, I share all that sort of thing with you as I go along and do things. The coasters are coming along nicely. In fact, I'm really thrilled with the coasters. Yeah, I'm loving the look I'm getting. So yep. Now I'm just going to do the outline of the cup. So I don't know, do I need to be on camera to do this? I'm wondering. Most probably not. You've all seen me on the 2 other coasters I've done do that. I think when I come back to doing the stitching, I will, yeah. So I might leave you here just as I carry on back stitching everything. As you can see, it's very, very simple. I'm doing it very slowly actually. So I'll just go away, back stitch all around the cup. And at least this time I've started it and I've got on with it. So there's a bonus for me today, because oh my goodness me. So I'll go away and do that, and I'll be back shortly, and it'll be a couple of seconds for you, but it could be like, I think this is going to take 10, maybe 15 minutes for me. So I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've done all my back stitch around my cup, so now I'm happy I can start filling it in. So I think next week when I come with my next cup, I'll have all of this back stitch done and we'll go straight into the stitching. Yep, it just makes a bit more sense for me. So where do we go from here? I didn't do the inner bit there. Oh, do I care? No, I do it. I do it on this one. No, I didn't, so it doesn't matter. Right, I'll just take the thread of my needle and I'll grab the yellow thread. Here we go. Nice, quick, simple. No, it's not going to be nice, quick and simple. Yes, it is. I think it's going to be lovely and bright, so that's what I'm wanting, something nice and bright today. The weather here, oh my goodness, had to turn the lights on. Went shocking there for a while, so I actually stayed away for a little bit longer than I should have, mainly because I was worried that we would get thunder and lightning. So I'm not really sure. I think I need to look up if I can film in thunder and lightning. I'm sure you can. They must do it on the, you know, they can't just, you must be able to, surely. If anyone's ever filmed in a thunderstorm, I also don't want to electrocute myself, even though I'm inside. Oh, look at me, I'm so neurotic. I'm going to start over here on the side, just in there. Can you see that? Just right in the very corner. And I'm going to go all the way across, and I think it's going to be daisy stitch. And I think that'll look quite sweet, and it will also give me, hopefully, a little scalloped look to it. So that's what I'm wanting, a kind of a little scallopy look. Might work, might not. I'm not quite sure. So let's have a little. I think it is working, really. It's giving me a nice scalloped look, which is what I'm wanting. I don't know, maybe I'm doing it too big. No, I think I'm doing it right. Just follow those lines. So while I was stitching away there, I was watching Border Patrol in England, where all the illegals are coming in and that sort of thing. So at the moment they've just stopped a teacher at the gate, and he's got all these puppets. An American teacher, he's obviously doing puppet work over there, but he hasn't got the right what do you call them, the right paperwork and everything. See, we've had a thing here on the news quite a bit where our entertainers have been stopped at American immigrations, and they've been sent back to New Zealand, and they haven't had the right paperwork. And I was less than sympathetic. You know, if you're going over to a country and you're working or you're singing at a festival, you need the right paperwork. You know, you're going to make money from that. Well, I'm fairly certain you are. Or maybe you're not. I don't know. But yep. I think if I go either side, I'm inside where I've done the daisy chain. If I go at the beginning and the end of the daisy chain, I'm thinking, I think I'm on camera. Yep, I am. Beginning and end of the daisy chain, and then I come down. See what that looks like. Oh, yep, I like that. I'm going straight into the hole where I've just come up. Yeah, I like that. I think it's quite cute. In fact, I like that quite a bit. So I'm going to go back and do that all the way along. I'm hoping that I can somehow... don't like going in and out. I like to do quick, easy stitches, but obviously this isn't one of those cases where I can do that. Oh, I cooked a... Last night's tea was a flop. Oh, every so often I cook something and it's a flop. I mean, it was edible, but ugh. And it was just fish and chips, but I don't know. I did something wrong. It was just yucky. So, yep. Was not happy with myself at all. I thought, what have I done wrong here? What have you done wrong, Paula? It's just a simple, quick, easy meal and you've ruined it. So tonight we're going to have Thai red curry kind of thing. So that should be interesting. I've never done a fish Thai red curry. I'm doing fish because it's agreeing with my stomach. I'm doing a Thai red curry because I can do that without any garlic, but it still can have a few little spices or something in there. It'll be a mild version of a Thai red curry. Oh dear, I'm a shocker. And also coriander is something I can eat. So, you know, I'm going to do what I can eat, obviously. We all do that. So, yep. I'm kind of excited because it'll be a new dish for me to cook as well. So, I'll tell you what, I've been experimenting. You should all be feeling very sorry for my husband. He has put up with so much with my eating disorder. It's not funny. And I feel very guilty about it. So, yeah, I think the only time he actually gets a nice meal is when we go out for tea. But then I can't eat. So, you know, it's just one of another. And, yeah, but never mind. Every so often I'll do a proper meal just for him. And, yeah, so that at least he's, you know, something I used to cook so that he can have some proper food. Because I figure it can't be good for him to be forced onto this horrible kind of diety thing that I've got to stay in this FODMAP. It's not too bad, but it's bad enough that I'm thinking, oh, no, I don't think this is a good idea. So, yeah, so that's what I'll be doing tonight, trying out a Thai red curry. Oh, that was rather relaxing. I do like that. What the stitch I've done there is exactly the same stitch that I will do here. Thinking I would like something in between each of those. Do I need to do that though? Part of me's going, yes, do it. So what I think I'll do is I'll come down and I'll do a rose. And around the rose will be some pretty little leaves. Which rose shall I do first? I think the yellow rose, because, you know, I'm into yellow, and whatever I do on the yellow rose, I will be doing exactly the same on the pink rose, but obviously, you know, with pink colours rather than yellow colours. Ergo, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure it does. So I'll just do a yellow rose. I'm debating with myself here. Maybe, let's have a look. Can I see another yellow? I'm sure these yellow in here. I'm just going to dig through. I actually need to get a container with yellow in it, I feel. I think I like that one more. It just seems, see how that seems a little bit cool and that seems warm in colour? Can you see the difference there? So I don't want, because this feels like quite a warm colour, I'm thinking I want another warm colour. So I'm going to go with this. Right, now, how are we going to do the rose? I don't know. I've got an idea. I don't know if it'll work. So I'm going to experiment. Oh dear. Never a good idea to experiment, is it? But I do it all the time. I'm just holding the back. No, I'm not knotting that or anything like that. So I don't want to knot it. It also has a little bit of brown there as well, I can see. So do I want brown? I don't think I want brown. In the last one I didn't fill in all the colours, and I thought that was a slightly better look for, I'm just going into the middle 5 times. There we go. So I've made a little starfish. Can we see more? I think I'm in the right area. Yep, there's a little starfish. I'm just going to kind of tie this off over here. And while I'm doing that, I'm catching my other end with this thread so I can kind of tie it in with there. That was badly caught. I guess we're really lucky here in New Zealand, even though we call Australia over the ditch. It's quite a ways away over the ditch, if that makes sense. You know, so for us to get all these illegal immigrants like they're getting throughout England and America and France and Germany, I know they have a lot, they can just walk over the borders and everything. For here in New Zealand, that's quite a hard thing to do. So I think we don't comprehend how that can impact a society. Yeah, so for me it's just an interesting watch, and I'm sure for everyone in England who's watching, who were born there and you know have gone through the process of getting all their paperwork, and they see these people on these trucks and in the ferries trying to smuggle themselves in, it must be quite frustrating for you all. So yeah, my heart goes out to you. I don't really know what to say other than that, but I find it an interesting watch. So I'm just enjoying myself watching people trying to smuggle themselves into countries. But, oh, I don't know. I don't know. See, I've always said, well, if there's an apocalypse, you know, a zombie apocalypse, everyone here in New Zealand will be absolutely fine. Because, you know, and half the maps around the world, we're not on them. So check to see if a map you've got from New Zealand's on it. It used to be a thing with Jacinda Ardern. She would be like, oh, this map hasn't got New Zealand on it. Yeah, I didn't realise so many people were doing maps without New Zealand on. But I figured, oh, it's not going to matter. You know, we're not that big a country. In the scheme of things, we're missing on a few world maps. It's not the end of the world. It's a bit frustrating because, you know, but everyone seems to know where New Zealand is. Oh, yep, you're right beside Australia there. And, you know, I'm just over the ditch, as we say, just over the ditch. And I sure wish China would lose us from their map. Just ignore me there. Oh, dear. Oh. There we go. Oh, that's quite nice. It's kind of turning into a rose. So because I've got those 5 bits of thread going out, I'm just weaving every second one I go under, and I just keep on going around and going around. And to me, that looks a little bit like a rose. And I'm just going to let it build up a little bit. I've got double, oh, I shouldn't pull it. I want to keep it quite sloppy so you don't pull it too tight. And that one there going in under this one. So it's getting a little bit trickier now, but I'm still not trying to pull it too tight. And I think I will go, there's the other one over here. So I'm just struggling to find the ends now. And this one up here. I can still feel it with my needle, and my needle's going through. So I'm encouraging the thread to go where I want it to. And there's the other one there. So there we go. To me, that's a little rose. It's really, really sweet. And where's my, there's the end here. I'm just going through and underneath. So there's nothing on the back with that thread other than my tails. So it's all just gone around those 5 little bits. And I'm just tying off over here, making a right mess over here. But that to me works. So let's have a look. What do you think? Isn't that a lovely little rose? I think it is. So I'm quite happy, really happy to tell you the truth. So there's another pink rose over here. I think I need to do that pink rose before I do the bits of green. So I'm using this pink. I've got to find the end of the thread. This has been the hardest thing with these. Oh, there we go. Found it fairly easy. Do I want it? I think I want that to be the top bit, but I want a darker bit. Yep, that one. I'll use this. I use this one on this cup over here for my grapes. So I think it's a nice warm colour as well. Again, I'm looking at the colours going, are you warm, are you cool? To me, that's important. Yeah, I don't think I'm off with my colouring, but I could be. I just don't know it. I think the rose's middle is around about here. Now, it doesn't matter if I'm off on the rose's middle, trust me on this, because I really can't see the rose quite clearly. Can you see how kind of blurry the line of the rose is? So I'm making it up. Oh, the sun's coming out. Oh gosh, I hope this means we're not due another thunderstorm. So again, I'm going to do 5. So there's 1. Coming over to around about there. 2. 3. 4. I think I'm happier there. 4. And the last one is down below, just opposite this one. So over there, 5. And you see how that looks like a starfish? So you can see how that looks like a starfish. It's rather cool. Just going to put this over here. And remember, I'm not tying off. I'm going to be placing a bit of fabric over this so that it'll hold it, a bit of sticky stuff, double-sided sticky stuff that I can then place. There we go, threading. Again, I'm coming over to this area over here. I'm going under. Around about there, I feel. Going near the middle. I'm going to stand up so you can see what I'm doing this time. So I have to check then for, I should bring my camera down, I guess, but there we go, right in the very middle. And now I'm just going to go around in a circle. So I'm going to go over this one here, over this one, under, over, under, over. So here we go. Over, under. I'm over this one. So every second one you go under. And I'm just going to pull it a little bit. So the one I went over before, I'm now going under. And I just keep on going around. And because of that darker colour, you should be able to see that from time to time. At least that's what I'm hoping will come through. So it's very relaxing doing roses like this. And people usually do it with ribbon, I think. But, you know, I don't want ribbon on this. And as you slowly get further out, you find the ends harder to find. But you still, now of course I'm not pulling my thread tight. You saw in the middle how I kind of pulled it tight. Now I'm not, I'm letting it stay loose, quite loose. And I've almost got to hunt for those ends. But I kind of know where they are, so I'm fine. I'm at the top one. Now I'm at the side one. And the more you let the thread go around, the more rose-like I feel it gets. Under this one. I think I'm at the end of being able to do that. So I'm just going to go down here. And you can see the pretty colour it made. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I'm going to put my thread so it goes underneath. I've got it on an angle, so it's kind of like facing down like that. So it's facing into it. And then I can pull that through. And I'm not really tying it off as much. I'm just doing a little bit of work here on the back, threading it through. I'm just trying to find somewhere to thread it. There we go. I'm just going to go through twice. Right. And yes, I know it's very messy on the back, but I want that messiness. So there we go, 2 lovely roses. I'm not really sure. I think there are some little buds down here. So what I might do is I'm going to do this one as a dark bud. So this darker colour, I'll do that. And then this one here, I'm going to do in the brighty yellow. So I'll do a bud over there. I'm going to do a dark bud up here and a dark pink bud and a dark yellow bud. So I can't see that on the fabric, but I'm kind of hinting I'm looking at it going, well, that's where it is. So let me show you how I will be doing those buds. And they're going to be super easy because basically I've become addicted to daisy chain. Yep, I've become addicted to daisy chain. No two ways about it. Nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I'm a daisy chain addict. So over here where I think there is a bud, well, I'm saying there is a bud, but there is no formatting of a bud there. I'm going to go down, come back up, catch my chain, pull it a little bit but not a lot. I've got the end of the thread there. I'm going to go through that exact same hole and I'm going to go back down, and I want this one to be over here. And I'm going to go in that exact same hole again. And I'm going to go over both of and go down again. And I'm going to cover this bit here with another one that comes down to there. And that to me is my rosebud, or a rose that's finished flowering, or whatever you'd like to call it. And now of course I've got something to weave through. Just once, I'm happy. I've got a little bit of thread and I want another rose bud up here, but it's only going to be half a rose bud. No, over here, because that's yellow, so that'll be, oh, that's going to be yellow. No, that's going to be yellow, so yep, it is going to be pink. So again, don't know what that is. I'm just going to do 2 here. So I'm coming down to where I think I can see a bit of pink. So that's why I'm going, well, there's a rose there. And it's going to be a rose bud. I'm just pulling it through, holding the end, going down the exact same place, coming up. I'm not going to block out the sun because, oh, I might as well take it while I can today. There we go. And just to the side of it there, I'm just going to put another one there. Quite close in, so it's not as apart as these ones, so it's a little bit closer in. If I've got enough thread, I'm playing thread chicken here really. There we go, and that's all I'm doing. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the yellow here and up here. Now we've got, it looks quite pretty, so I'm quite happy. I'm wondering if I've got the right green, if it's too dark, to tell you the truth. I'm just thinking it's just a little bit dark. I'm wondering if I can get a lighter. There's a slightly lighter one. I don't know. Oh, I quite like that. Okay, we'll use this, which is 703. So there you go. If you didn't stay, I've changed my colour. Gosh, I hope I pressed record. I just all of a sudden thought that. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Right, so we're just going through here. The leaf is over here, so it comes out from there and comes in. How do I want to do this? Just threading through a little bit, coming up here where the leaf is, or what I feel is the leaf, coming down part of the way, coming to where I'm classing the side is, and the side of the leaf will be over here, and I'm just going to do good old V-stitch, coming down a little bit but not a lot, right underneath that one I'm coming in. I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side, coming underneath, the flower, and I just want to do another one, I feel. Remember, the flower kind of sticks up a little bit because of how I've done it, so this will work a little bit. So I just need to be careful here. I want it to go under the flower, so I'm being very careful going under the flower there, pulling it, and as I kind of, oh, ow, hit my finger, and I should be able to pull that down. There we go. Can you see how pretty that is? I'm going to do another leaf with you on line here, so I'm feeling there's another leaf over here, around about there, coming down, coming to the side of what I've just done, and on the other side, so they're across from each other, and coming underneath where I went there, pulling it so it comes into a V, going down a little bit, again going the same width. Oops, I pulled on the thread. Oh, lucky I didn't pull it out. I think I'm only going to get 2 on this one. Ooh, trying not to catch the thread on that yellow rose going through the middle. And then I'm going straight underneath the rose into the middle. And if I pull that, there we go. And there's another leaf just here, I feel. Just going to there, either side again, deciding on the angle that I want the leaf to be at, going back down to where I started the leaf there, putting my thread through, pulling on it, and I think I will only get 1 there. There we go. So that's how I'm going to do the leaves. I'm going to do some more leaves over here. There we go. And going up and under. I think there only needs to be just that amount there, just a little bit to say it's a leaf. These were buds. I think there would be a little bit of green here. So what I'm just going to do is just come up through the middle one, a bit of green, going back to the same place, coming up to the other bit of green, going in the middle of that one, coming up to the middle, and the third little bit of green going through this one. I'm going across to the other one. Again, a little bit of green coming up to the middle. A little bit of green going back to that same area, a little green coming to the side. And that just, to me, when I've seen roses, I've had something there, so that makes sense to me. Right. Now that just leaves the sticks, which I think have been done in a brown. Do I want them in a brown? No, I don't. I'm going to do them in a green. So just from there, I'm going down to where I was. Over here, I'm going down to where I was. Adding a little bit of thickness here in the middle. I'm just going to bring that across over to here. All the way over to here. With a little bit of a stick coming up to here. That's all I can do at the moment. I'm then coming back to the center here and kind of filling in this. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but I'm kind of set in my head. And I think the stick will make its way across here. And I'm just going to leave it like that for now. It looks a bit messy, but I've got the messy stage of me painting. There's always a messy stage of your painting. With my Wonderfill, I am just going to go here on the side once, wrapping around itself. I think it's around about there I'm coming through. Nope, it's around about here I'm coming through. Right. I'm just going to wrap around those little bits of green that I've just created. So I've got a little bit of brown coming through. And I'm hoping like crazy this will work, it'll bring it all together. So I'm not sure at the moment. I'm still looking at it, debating. And I won't know until we get to this bit here whether or not it'll bring it all together. So I just need to be careful I don't catch these roses. No, I didn't. I thought I did. Go through again, wrapping. I just need to wrap this one as well. I'll come back up to the center. I'm just going to wrap that one. It feels like it's working to me, so I'm happy. I could be wrong, but at the moment it's looking, from what I can see, I'm getting that effect that I'm wanting. Just hopefully going to be able to put a little bit of a dent into there. Let's have a look. Am I happy with it? Yes, I am. It's a little bit, maybe it's a little bit messy, but I think you can still see the leaves and everything, so I'm quite happy. I'm going to leave the background so you can see this, the painting, the rest of the painted fabric. So here we go. Can you see how it's kind of wrapped around the different trunks here? Very cute, very cool. I'm going to leave it there today. I've been filming for a little while and I'll put this all together, and what I've done here is what I will be doing on the teacup, and you'll see that as we come to the next one next week on the Friday. When we come next week, this cup here will be my next cup, and it's blue, so it's going to be super simple, isn't it? I'm going to do the back stitching before I start my video, I feel, so that way we're just stitching with it. And I will also do all my running stitches that I need to do. So like I've done here, I've done a running stitch on the side and a running stitch through here, and a little bit of running stitch there. It just gives it a little bit of definition. Let's have a look. Here we go. One that's finished. You see the definition there it's given it? Okay, so I'll see you all tomorrow with another video of a totally different project. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.